Shall we start with the questions, yeah?
Yes. Shall I take one?
Yes, please, yeah.
Okay. When have you most enjoyed fellowship?
Myself. Okay. I enjoyed fellowship actually from the right moment I came into UK and been a part of this church. Because at that time, my family's back in India and I'm by myself. So for me, having a fellowship was a key thing.
Like, it's so refreshing to come and meet with people in our small group in our DMC and to just have people encourage you and pray for you, and I just feel much lighter afterwards. But also, when I first became a Christian as an adult, I remember I just couldn't believe it, this fellowship that was on offer. I met this lady, and I only met her 5 minutes, and she gave me her baby to hold while she was unlocking her car and talking to her. And I was like, I can't believe these people at this church trust me instantly to hold their baby. And I learned so much because I didn't know much about things like praying or ways to understand the Bible, and I just listened for so long, and it grew in my faith.
I feel like when we are in the fellowship, especially our DMCs, we know, and the other, in the past year and before I joined this DMC, I could see that we are obeying a commandment in the Bible which says, carry each other's burdens.
Yes.
So that's so important for everyone.
Yes.
So I have seen people praying together, and I myself have experienced that the others in the fellowship carrying my burden,
Yeah.
and then praying for me. So that have really blessed me.
I agree. Oh, I like this one. Yeah. Why is fellowship important for the church?
When I became a Christian, to me the first thing which attracted is the believers coming together. I became a part of a youth fellowship, and I was, what attracted me, the joy they had and the love they have shown me as a new person. I was a stranger in that group, but then yet they just accepted me, and that helped me, or that made me to slowly progressed into committing my life to Christ, and knowing that He is my Savior. That's what made me. So the fellowship, over the years, what I have understood is it is one of the important Christian values which builds a Christian. An isolated Christian is an easy prey for the enemy.
Yes.
Yeah. So if you're isolated, that's when you are vulnerable. You are vulnerable for the enemy. He can you are in your weakest point. When you're at your weakest point and you're alone, that's when you're an easy target.
Yeah.
For whatever. So, it's important that we come together on Sundays. We listen the sermons and worship together. But I think the most important growing journey happens in small fellowships.
Yes, I agree.
That's where I became, my discipleship learning mostly came from having a mentors and coming together in small groups, praying with them, because I've learned about the importance of prayer, Bible study, sharing the gospel, everything from small fellowship.
I really agree with what you said as well, because one thing that I think fellowship is important for the church. It's necessary to the sustaining of the church through the ups and downs that we all experience. Like you said, there's times when we feel more vulnerable, and actually I think one of the main purposes of fellowship is encouragement.
Yeah.
I was remembering, I don't know if I told you this, but Stu used to be the vicar at the church that I used to go to in North London before he came here to Hounslow. And I remember the last sermon that he gave, as a goodbye kind of sermon to us all, and it really stood out to me. He was preaching in Hebrews. It said, do not stop meeting together as some are in the habit of doing. I just thought that is so important. I went back to the verse just preparing for our conversation today, and I saw around it, the other things it says around that bit are to do with but encourage one another and stir each other up to love and good deeds. And I think it both by meeting up and talking, getting to know people and praying regularly, that's how you get encouragement and support, and it's how you grow in your faith in love and good deeds.
All right. Okay, let's go to the next one.
How has lockdown and COVID affected your relationships within the church?
It has affected positively, in a sense. I have grown in my relationships with my fellow brothers and sisters. In a way, there were many challenges. We couldn't meet physically, in person. So everything has to go online. But I think, as we see in the Word, God has turned it around and used it for our good.